the way a slopestyle rider back then dealt with it was because I think like it's all because I think it's all down to when it was, and it was still young, and no one really understood. No one. We're having fun on our bikes every single day, so that's classed as training, but we don't see it as training. So, but when we know that there's a contest, we're like, okay, so this is when it gets a bit serious, and no one knew how to deal with it. So the only way that I dealt with it would be by getting drunk, and it really would be that the night before. So the funniest time was we're at like the Cash Guy series was a really big series, and they like Nissan pumped in millions, and we all got appearance fees. We all got thousands just to just turn up. So we're like, freaking hell, this is like we've made it. And but we still couldn't. We didn't really know how to manage it. Like each ride, there was a couple of guys that were managed by Tarek and like Martin and a few other the guys were they all had managers, but even they weren't getting managed properly because everyone was smashed. Like going back to the so going a bit off topic there, but when we're at Newcastle,
Please do.
Yeah.
We want the unheard story.
Yeah,
I want them.
So we're at Newcastle, and I think Lance was there, and there's a few of the UK guys. I think Lance probably tried to have a fight with Straight or something. There was always something happening. Lance was a pain, but we were so drunk, and I got in at I think probably like 3 or 4 in the morning, like wasted, absolutely steaming. And bear in mind, like we got a ride the next day, and there's all these big screens. It's all live on. I can't remember what it was, live on Freecast or Eurosport or something. Might even been Red Bull, I don't know. And I'm at the top of this tower, and they're like, "Okay, UK-based freerider Grand Chopperfield are about to drop in." Then I just come up to the edge, and I'm like, "One sec," on the big screen, and there's thousands of people watching. It's all over. It's live on the internet. Everyone's watching from all over the world. And I'm like, "1 second," and I'm underneath the big Red Bull arch. And then I put my bike down, take my helmet off, and I put my head over the edge, and I just throw up. And it was quite windy, and it was like sick rain going everywhere. It was going over quite a few people. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is really bad. And then I dropped in and did the first tail whip drop in a contest and landed it clean. And I didn't even ride that day. I just woke up from a party
after being sick before you ran.
Yeah, pretty bad. And then did a tail whip drop off this little skinny about this big, which was pretty scary. And then landed that. That was the first one. Well, on wood anyway. I think Paul Bass done it at Crankworks, but it was so funny. And every single rider there, I remember Cam, Goldman, Watts, everyone was just because it was hilarious. Because that was just how it was. It was just that was how rock and roll it was.